Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. You wake up the next day. It is Wednesday the 9th. You did end up,
Tomorrow.
you did end up casting some spells, and you woke up in the middle of the night. But I don't think that will interrupt your healing process, since you didn't fight or flee. You weren't really in
I
any.
threw a lightning bolt. How is that not fighting? No,
Yeah,
nothing strenuous. I didn't take damage, so
yeah.
I'm at full HP then,
Okay,
and I'll sleep in long enough to rememorize my spells.
sure. Aldrich
Uh,
arrives the next day, somewhere in Misty Rapids. I believe he asked permission to stay here at the keep.
yes, so there will be no avoiding him.
He'll
And I guess
probably
I
have
did
the room right next to yours, actually.
Yes. All right. I think we're gonna go hunt some displacer beasts.
Ooh.
I don't know if I can find a displacer beast in one day, but
Well, let's take a
we'll
look
get
at the
that
map.
started. I do want to stop by the temple in Misty Rapids and talk to Mother Ullman.
Okay.
See if she knows anything about these wraiths.
You swing by the temple. There's our map. Excellent. As usual, she is out there with her followers. She sees you approach and gives you a wave and says, "Ah, our dear Carl."
She hasn't seen me since the duel with the paladin.
No.
Does she?
She seems
I
happy to see you.
I approach.
What brings you here? Have you finally seen the light of Nadinus? Do you wish to grow as the plants do? Have your heart turn
My face
green
goes.
at the light of the sun?
My face is dour. No, no light, only darkness. I dispatched of 3 wraiths last night in the barrows. It appears our problems have not come to an end. I had thought that with our great victory in the buried temple, and that with you taking over those lands, that these problems would be at an end.
We have consecrated the grounds where they spawned. They shall never return there again. And with our holy presence in town, we should never fear a wraith entering. For they are not natural creatures, and Nadinus has blessed Misty Rapids.
Can I roll a spellcraft check to see if she can actually do these things? Because I don't think she can.
You don't even know what level she is. She could do anything.
Grumble, grumble, grumble. Is that a no? Don't bother making a spellcraft check.
Correct.
Okay. That's well and good, but as I said, I saw 3 with my own eyes just last night.
In the
And
barrows.
In the barrows. And if rumors can be believed, Dissect villages in the east are still being plagued. So perhaps you drove them from your hallowed grounds, but they have just relocated and are continuing to spread.
Perhaps the other villages should embrace Nadinus. Should embrace the true nature of all of us. Have you considered, Carl, that these wraiths are a response to the godlessness and lawlessness of these lands, to the hedonism, to the corruption of man's hearts and minds?
Are you saying Nadinus sent them?
I'm saying
For our sins?
Nadinus will protect us from those which are otherworldly. Perhaps it is a good thing these people learn of their errors and their ways.
Well then.
The gods...
Suppose you have no...
Go ahead.
I suppose you have no insight as to the source of these wraiths? Patient zero, if you will.
Why, the temple you opened, of course. You brought them upon us, Carl.
Who said I opened the temple?
Do you deny it?
No, I did, but I think that might be some metagaming here. Maybe the DM inserting knowledge into his NPCs that I can't remember if we've shared.
Or perhaps you've forgotten. Or
Yeah,
perhaps you didn't have a way of knowing it but has learned it through other NPCs.
that's what I'm trying to gather.
Gears move off screen.
Lady Dissec unearthed that unholy place.
How fitting. A woman such as her bringing upon darkness such as that. Must see the error of her ways now.
What do you mean, a woman such as her?
Such a philanderer.
Philanderer.
You know, Lady Dissec has been seen with many a young men in town and out of town. She gathers seeds from all over. It is not the way.
I thought Nadinus was into seeds.
Don't twist my words, Carl. I take it you have not come here to repent and embrace Nadinus. You have come to complain about what you cannot do.
What Excuse me, I killed 3 wraiths last night. What did you do last night?
I spread the word of Nadinus, a far more noble task.
Prepared many berries, I'm sure. Well, I have some errands across the river. I'll
Good day.
Jinx.
Damn it! She walks away and never says anything again.
I conjure my phantom steed and let's head across the river.
All right.
I think just to spite the mother, I perform this dark ritual in the streets in front of the temple. I don't know if it's a dark ritual, but
all right. You summon the phantom steed.
Actually, it makes no noise. And I climb atop the phantom steed and cross the river. I don't know if phantom steeds can swim. Normal horses can. Let's see. 8th level, it can pass over sandy, muddy, or swampy ground. At a 10th level, it can pass over water as if it were firm, dry ground. So it can't. Can I transport it across the water like I could a normal horse? Or do I actually need to summon it on the other side? So at 10th level, it can walk on water.
I think it could walk on. It could walk through water. The river is not deep if you cross it at the shallow points, at the proper fording areas.
I don't know if there's. The only crossing I found was south.
Right.
Is there one closer by? Is there one north of town?
There is one west of town.
Ever west. Okay. So we'll head a little ways west along the river and find somewhere to cross before the falls.
You cross the river and enter the soggy hills. Soggy from all the rain that falls there.
When I hit 8th level, I'll be able to walk across this soggy ground.
Where's my little notifier of these things? Here we go.
Yeah, so I really don't have much of a plan. I have no spells that can detect displacer beasts at the moment.
Okay, so you begin kind of just trekking through these soggy hills.
Yeah, I guess this first day I'm just gonna wander around, see what I can find. I may need to go bug the ranger again because I really don't have any tracking proficiencies. But I guess I can roll a tracking at -9 or whatever the penalty is for a non-proficient non-ranger.
So you start poking about these hills, looking for these displacer beasts. Um, After maybe 45 minutes um, of walking around, you come across some bizarre tracks. Now you're not a ranger. You don't really have tracking. You don't really have a keen sense for what an animal's footprints looks like. But you come across something that is bizarre. There is a hoof print, like a horse or a goat or something like that. That sort of hoof shape. And
Mhm.
next to it is a long, flat footprint, kind of like an elongated man's foot. And those sets of tracks move together.
Side by side or front, like it has hooves on back legs and
No,
weird
like its
feet on.
right leg is a hoof and its left leg is a weird, long, skinny human foot.
As That's strange and disturbing, and I that doesn't sound like a displacer beast.
No, it doesn't.
I ignore and avoid these tracks.
Okay.
Continue wandering around the soggy hills, but I am, of course, on high alert.
Yes. You keep searching about, looking for displacer beast here or there. Oh,
Can we say that at some point during that couple days of downtime that I sent a letter east
yes,
to
to
inform
inform the
them
people of your robe
of
changing color.
yeah,
What color are you changing your robes to?
they're black.
They are black.
They are black. Probably had some formal declaration of that. I don't even know what the black robe philosophy is. Is it like
Magic serves man.
yes?
Well, I should say magic serves the self.
Mm-hmm.
White would be magic serves humanity. Red would be magic exists for the purpose of magic only, and we should pursue it and discover it. And black is magic enhances, magic for my use. Magic obeys my will.
So I don't know if there has been a philosophical shift in Georg's mind, but certainly from a practical standpoint,
Definitely.
things have gotten a little realer out here in Misty Rapids.
So as you're trekking through, you come across a stream, and there is a figure hunched over this stream in a brown cloak. It looks humanoid. It's got this brown tattered cloak over it, with little bits of fur sticking out through the
I
holes.
approach from the other side of the river or from the same side?
The same side. Its back is to you. It's a creek, not a river.
Well, I make my presence known. How far away do I spot this creature?
60 feet.
It's a little uncomfortable. Well met!
The creature turns, and what looked like a hunched over creature reveals itself to be a misshapen humanoid. One side of its face is covered in scales, the other side in a yellowish, kind of fatty, pimply flesh. There's long hair coming off of the back of it that turns into like a coat of fur across its shoulders and in front of one side. The other side of it has small gray scales to contrast the green ones on its face. Its legs and arms are of different lengths and shapes and sizes. One left hand looks like a human's hand. The right hand looks like that of a bear. A foot looks closer to what do you call it? A lion's foot, and another one looks more similar to, well, the other one's hidden by cloaks and you can't see it.
Do I have any idea what this creature is?
It is some misshapen mongrel of a man.
I was going to make that joke.
It breathes
I do
heavily.
my best to hide my disgust. I say, you there. And
It starts to move towards you slowly.
what is your name? I am Art Carl of Misty Rapids.
Carl.
I
it
nod.
says.
Are you of these woods? I gesture vaguely around. How close does it get to me?
It's only at 50 feet right now. It's moving slowly. It looks like one leg is significantly shorter than the other, and so its
Mhm.
pace is kind of like this weird dragging. Food! Carl, food!
Ah, shit.
Bring me food!
I'm
I'm so
hungry.
hungry.
I don't think I have any food. Damn. I have powdered corn.
It's at 40 feet.
Yeah. I meant to shove rations in a pocket, but it hasn't happened yet.
It's at 30 feet.
I'm afraid I don't have any rations on me, but I could help you find something. I'll look around
It
at these.
stops. Its two misshapen eyes. One of them is wide and kind of milky. The other is long and thin, with a kind of a solid blue eye or iris in it. They stop, and the blue one transfixes on your horse, and it reaches out a misshapen hand towards the horse and goes, "Horse,
Afraid you can't eat this one. I
beast."
let him touch the horse, but the horse doesn't respond at all. Just like,
He stays at 25 feet at this point and
oh,
has
okay.
stopped moving closer.
Actually, can you eat this horse? It has hit points.
You want to try it?
No, no, not horsey. The horse is probably cold to the touch, or like ambient temperature,
Yeah.
which feels cold for what you'd expect to be a living, breathing creature.
Mm-hmm.
Except it doesn't breathe and it doesn't live.
Nope. There's a coolness between your thighs.
What is your name, friend?
Darren.
Darren?
Darren. Carl.
Did he say Darren? Dan? Did I not catch that? Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Dan. You live in these woods?
Yes.
I've come here hunting.
Food.
Not food. Do you know what a displacer beast is? A large cat, black cat, that exists on another dimension. It shifts and blinks. Rumors have it may have tentacles.
It kind of rears back at this and slowly starts to drag itself backwards.
I slowly trot towards him. Have you seen such creatures?
Yes.
Do you know where I can
They come in the night.
in the night? Do you know where I could find one?
They eat. They kill. Darren's friend's gone. They die.
If I bring you food, Darren, will you help me find one of these cats?
No. No. Must leave. Must flee. Death. They bring death.
Very well. I bet mongrelmen have souls. No.
Poor innocent Darren. Would you? You wouldn't.
No. Though I am down 1 strength. No.
His life looks like misery. Would it really be a bad thing?
Could I raise Mongrelman in the castle? You have no friends, Darren? No family?
Friends, yes. Yes, many friends. We hide. Hide from the death on 6 legs.
6. Does Place Reese don't have 6 legs, do they?
You've never seen one before.
I haven't. 6 legs. Well. If I bring you food, could you at least point me to where I could find these beasts?
He looks back over his shoulder and points in the direction of the hills.
Mm-hmm.
Death, 6 legs. Spikes on lines. There.
Well. It's a pleasure to meet you, Darren. I suppose the next time we meet, I owe you lunch. Give him a nod as I head up into the hills.
He shifts away from you and your horse, and you lose sight of him as he kind of limps through the wilds. You cross the stream and head closer to the hills. What do we have for time? Oh, perfect. Okay. You are trekking on your horse.
Yeah, I don't want to head more than a few hours into the hills.
Okay.
Because I only have 6 hours of horsey time.
Right. So you get to roughly where you are on the map. You're walking between...
It's probably only an hour or so in, right?
Right. You are walking just kind of on your horse for a little bit when there is a rustling from a bush to in front of you and to your right, maybe 15 feet from you.
Mm-hmm.
And out from the top of the bush pops a goblin head swathed in a red scarf, kind of like wrapped around the head. The goblin produces a short sword and raises it next to him and says in a very bad common, "Stop there!"
I respond in Hobgoblin. Kneel before me, fool. I am Georg the Grim. I will turn you and your whole tribe into newts.
He pauses, taken aback by such
My
confidence. He stops and says, in Hobgoblin, "You will not. You are surrounded. Give up your horse. Give up your precious bits of gold. Surrender and we will let you live."
I pull out a bit of iron and begin casting a spell.
The goblin gives a
I cast
cry.
enlarge upon my horse.
The goblin gives a cry, but you got to roll initiative for your enlarge.
11 is slow. Probably would have been better to just cast it upon myself, but I thought it might be more amusing to
ride a giant horse.
Yeah.
Okay, you go at 11. So the goblin gives a shrill cry as you start to chant the words to your spell. Mm-hmm. And the bushes about you begin to shake as 5 more goblins produce themselves. 3 from that same bush, 4 on the other side of you. Sorry, there's only a total of 6 goblins. 3 from that same bush, 2 more from a bush to the other side of you.
Mm-hmm.
Clash of Kings. And the goblins, I think they all go before you. 11 is terrible.
Yeah.
All right. The first 3 goblins rush the horse, short swords in hand. What is your horse's armor class?
Horse has AC 2.
What?
They will quickly realize that I am the better target.
Are you... No. Phantom Steeds have AC 2?
It's a phantom steed. What do you expect?
In our adjusted system, that's AC 18. That's insane.
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Armor class of 2 and 7 hit points plus 1 per caster level. So 2 AC, 13 HP.
Okay. Those goblins...
It doesn't fight, by the way, but it is a pretty decent tank.
They slash at the horse. I don't know how they miss it. What does an AC on a phantom horse really mean?
I don't know that it's move. I wonder if it's like not. It doesn't behave how you would expect it to behave, right? I mean, it's got like it doesn't have like hooves. It's got like misty hooves and like I don't know.
I think there is probably like a netherness to it.
Yeah, like they think that they make contact with their blades, but it just sort of just like bites through the nether, and there's like maybe like the smoke whiffs out of the way, and like it doesn't actually do any damage.
Right. The other 2 goblins from the other bush pop up with short bows in hand. One takes a shot at the horse, which is a miss, and one takes a shot at you. Ooh, what's your armor class? 10?
10. Yep.
I'll give him a flank, which is still only an 8 against AC 10.
Okay.
Yeah, they all miss, and then you get your spell off before
I'm actually
going
to change the target to myself. Is that fine?
That's fine.
Yeah, so I'll enlarge myself as I leap from my horse.
Can your horse still carry your weight?
I don't think so. That's why I was leaping from my horse.
Okay. You dismount and grow
60%. So I am. Hold on a sec. 5'10" is 70 inches. 70 times 1.6.
You are 9'4".
Yeah.
Okay, so you just... The goblins cry out in surprise. The one who leapt out of the bush initially gives a cry in Goblin.
Actually, enlarging the horse might have been cool too. I mean, I've already enlarged myself, but yeah. I wonder if they could even reach me if I'm on top of a 20-foot horse.
The initial goblin gives a shout in pure Goblin. You don't know it. It doesn't translate to Hobgoblin. Mm-hmm. And bolts from the bush, taking off.
He can't move. We need to roll initiative.
No, he didn't get to go that round.
Okay.
He went last. Roll me initiative, please. Oh, actually, the missile guys get second shots. Ooh, your horse gets hit! He hits your horse! Your horse takes 5 points of damage.
Damn.
Alright, now we roll initiative.
I rolled 4.
Okay. The goblin flees. Your turn. There are 4 goblins left.
I close with one of the ranged goblins, drawing out a now like medium-sized Carl, the dagger. 19
is a hit. Is that a nat 19? No. Okay.
No, natural 16. Dealing. Are we rounding up? Does it round up to 5 damage, or then down to 4?
Round down.
So 4.8 becomes 4.
Yeah.
Let me double check that the spell doesn't.
Pia only has 3 HP anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You stab him in the neck, and he drops to the ground. Next goblin flees.
Round it up.
Flees.
Round it up.
Okay. 5.
The example they give has 6 times 1.6 equals 9.6 rounded up. So I think Okay.
Rounds to the closest? always
Yeah, I
rounds
think
up?
it just rat follows normal rounding rules, I would guess.
Okay.
The example they gave is 9.6, rounding up to 10.
Cool. The rest of the goblins flee into the forest and hills, giving
I
cries
want
and
to
shouts.
chase. Actually, do I need to chase anyone down? I will chase one goblin down if I can. Is my speed increased by 60%? I'm
No.
larger?
No.
Giants move larger, don't they?
Giants actually have rather average speeds. A jungle giant has a movement of 15, and they're 18 feet tall.
Okay.
Oh. And Etten is 13 feet tall and has a movement of 12.
Okay. So can I chase down a goblin?
Yeah, you can chase down a goblin. You are much faster than they are. Which goblin are you chasing down? A spear-armed
doesn't
or
really
a
matter.
bow-armed goblin?
A bow armed.
Okay.
Back attack.
Sure.
Missing.
You miss.
I do get an attack of opportunity when he tries to flee from me again, right?
All right. Well, let's roll
Or at
initiative
least another attack.
because you guys are now adjacent to one another as you've caught up to him. So roll that initiative.
7.
Okay. It whirls around to face you, drops its bow, grabs a dagger, and makes a desperate lunge for you with it. Ooh, 15. He stabs you. You weren't casting a spell, so nothing's interrupted, but you take 4 points of damage as the dagger cuts into your belly.
I'll have your soul for this. Yeah, I miss on my turn.
All right, initiative.
Ugh. 6.
All right, Goblin goes first. He mutters in Hobgoblin to you, "Carrick will have your soul!" And he makes a stab at you again.
Seriously?
Miss.
What? That's... Roll 20's broken. It's 3 8s in a row.
The two of you, side by side, roll that initiative again.
God,
He
my
goes first.
other body's gonna bleed out before I even... You're not worth it. 6 again.
He goes first. He tosses a dagger from one hand to the other and lunges at you again, swiping
really
through
sticking
your...
around to fight?
He can't outrun you. What's he gonna do? Stabs at you again, slicing, damaging your robe slightly, but not hurting you.
Finally.
Oh, crit, double crit. Give me that
Double
ma-
crit?
Yes, 3d4 damage.
Oh, actually, that's the problem. Damn it! I'm actually pretty mad about that.
He had 3 HP. You do 10 damage. You
not-
bring him
There's
to
still a
-7.
soul in there. Thank you for those ones. Alright. I harvest his soul.
You cut him open, plunge your amulet inside of him, waiting for the red motes of light to surround you, but they don't.
They don't!
You try and harvest again, and there is no gathering. There is no
Am I
harvesting.
concluding that goblins don't count, or... I go back to the other fallen body who's still alive?
Yeah,
maybe?
he was only at -2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's at like -8 right now.
I try with his soul. Doesn't
No,
work.
it doesn't work.
I let out a cry of anger. Ah! I took all that damage, that extra damage for nothing.
Your
I guess I should have
cry
tested the souls first.
echoes through the woods.
I go back to my horse.
Your horse is standing exactly where you left it.
I lead it for the next 20, almost half an hour until my, actually exactly half an hour until I shrink back down to regular size.
Okay.
I shout back, like, as I'm walking back to the horse, like, I don't know. Tell Carrick he owes me souls! In Hobgoblin. Alright. I lead my phantom steed a little deeper into the woods.
You continue searching, but Perhaps your cries have driven off any prey or quarry around. You see no other beasts aside from the birds and the bunnies and the squirrels. Lots of squirrels. Soon you reach the point where your horse is halfway with its summoning.
Yeah.
Wait, how many hours does it summon for?
6 hours.
3. Yeah, actually, so if you're taking your time, right? You're not running through things.
Yeah, I'm cautious and I'm searching as I go.
So eventually, your 3 hours finish up, and it is time to head back if you still want to ride your horse.
Yeah, I hop back on my horse once I'm done being large,
Mm-hmm.
and head back.
Okay.
Damn goblins!
You make it back to Misty Rapids, safe and sound. The cut in your belly hurting, painful, but you'll be okay.
I swing by the surgeon while I'm in Misty Rapids, and get it cleaned up, and
Oh, good to see you again, Carl. More stitches?
Yeah. Goblins this time.
Thank God for people like you. I can actually send my son off to wizarding school. Unless you're not taking on apprentices, are you?
Does your son have the gift?
I think so. He once rattled a spoon on the table without touching it.
How old is he?
11.
That's about time to start thinking about training, and magic is a lucrative profession. It doesn't have to be as dangerous as I've made it.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want my boy getting into any danger. He's only 11. Maybe a more formal educational institute would be better for him, he says, stitching up your wounds for the 30th time.
Are there any other wizarding schools around here?
You don't know. You're new to this land.
Yeah.
I think at this point your torso is like covered with scars and stitches.
Yeah, sure. I'm an adventurer. What do you expect?
All right. Yeah, that all finishes up, and you head back to the keep.
I guess so.
All right.
Back to the keep. No displacer beasts. Beat up by some. I guess it's getting beat up, but led by some goblins. No souls to show for it. Grumble, grumble.
Okay. Alrdri arrives tomorrow.
Studies. Yeah. I don't know what to expect there.
Getting late. You still have a day of spell learning to do. You've still got your...
I guess we fast forwarded a bunch, huh?
Yeah. You still got your learning today, that is. You ran out and did these things, but you still must study if you want to learn fly.
Sure.
And I think that's the rest of Wednesday?
I think so.
Okay. Wednesday ends and Thursday begins. Where's my... Okay. Servants are moving about, making preparations for Aldrich's arrival. A letter arrived last night saying that Alrdri will be arriving with his escort, which includes 1 knight and 10 footmen. They will all be staying with him and keeping him safe during this period of time.
That seems... I'll ask whoever is available, whether that's Greller or Song or a military mind, if this is normal. Like, do archmages in this country typically travel in the company of armed escorts?
It's not unheard of, says Greller. But this many men is unusual.
Has Alrdri been here before?
No. Do you know the purpose of his presence in town?
I don't.
Hmm.
But I
Why does this bother you? I thought you were the mighty Carl, slayer of wraiths.
I'd prefer to keep it as Slayer of Wraiths and not Slayer of Alrdri the Conjurer. I hope he doesn't come here with more wild accusations.
Yes, a third person accusing you of being Georg would be rather inconvenient.
Who was oh wait. There was the Paladin, there was
When you first came into town, the
okay.
poor person whose friend's soul you harvested.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what Aldrich wants, but you know, this is my house. I don't say that to Greller.
Right. He yells a command at some of the soldiers who are slacking on their training and turns back to you. Are you worried?
Aldrich is a studied wizard, but he is old and erudite. Not as practical.
You see Greller's eye twitch when you say erudite. You're pretty sure he has no idea what that word means.
Yeah. I don't think I'm not worried for our safety, but I'd rather it not get ugly. I hope he plays it cool. I guess we'll see.
All right. Why don't we actually break a little bit early here, and we'll have our last segment be all about Aldrich and friends.
So much politicking.
Is that not what you wanted? Are you not entertained? See you guys in a bit.
It's fine.